He said that Jesus Christ has risen, and he is the open door.
Well, how you doing, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the Cajun Conservative, where we talk about life, we talk about liberty, we talk about the pursuit of happiness. And yes, we show the world that Cajuns do have intelligence. Hope you're having a good day, good week, wherever you are located. Hope you're having a good one. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. I hope that everyone's having I hope the Lord is blessing you beyond comprehension. And I hope that you're doing well in this dark and weary time in America, but we are making it through. Amen. If this is your first time, please remember to hit the subscribe button, hit the follow button. And, that's on Apple, Google, Spotify, Rumble, YouTube. You can also like me on my social media accounts, at The Cajun Show on Twitter, at The Cajun Conservative Show on Facebook, and on True Social at The Cajun Conservative. You can find me on all the platforms. I'm also on Locals. I don't promote that one too much. I really don't like Locals that much, but I haven't been really diving into it, so I need to start looking at it some more. And so I want to start off the day, ladies and gentlemen. I have news stories, I have things I want to talk about. Hopefully I can get to them, but I do want to start off with this episode in remembrance of 9/11. The day that I record this, it is September 11, 2022. And the reason we're talking about this is 21 years ago today, there was a tragedy that hit this nation. Some individuals, some radical individuals of a religion in the Middle East took it upon themselves to go ahead and create genocide and terrorism across the world and across this great nation. And I want to start off with that with saying that, well, I'm never going to forget 9/11. This year I turned 30 years old. I was 8 to 9 years old when the Twin Towers were hit. I remember that day like it was yesterday, ladies and gentlemen. That day, it didn't scar me, but at the same time, I remember that. And I being an 8-year-old, 9-year-old boy, you hear things that happening, or you see stuff that happening, and you don't think it's gonna affect you for the rest of your life. And this wasn't a dramatic effect, but it was on a lot of other people on my personal life. I remember though, that's one of those memories of 9/11 is when you it's hard to explain. It's just, it was a normal day, ladies and gentlemen. I was homeschooled. I went to 3 years of private school, and that year, I believe we was just starting homeschooling. We woke up, we was getting ready for the day, we was eating breakfast, and my mom got a phone call. And back then it wasn't cell phones, it was wall phones, landlines. And the cell phone was there, but it wasn't as popular as it is today. But I remember, ladies and gentlemen, hearing that phone ring, and it was my older sibling at the time. Well, she's still my older sibling. My older sibling called and told my mom. She said, "Look, it is happening." What I dreamed about. Now, my older sibling had a dream 2 weeks prior to the event of planes crashing into buildings. And she said, "Look, it is happening." Well, right after that, my grandmother called, and it was just chaos. And we turned on the TV, and I believe the first tower was hit. The second tower wasn't hit yet. We started doing schoolwork, and we're hearing all this stuff going on. We don't know what's going on, but we hear a second tower has fallen. And it just, that's all I really remember. A few years after, or a little after, I realized there was a lot more going on besides just the World Towers. The World Towers was the highlight of it, unfortunately, but the Pentagon was hit. Flight 93, where they believe that was going towards the White House or the Capitol. And I believe they had one more plane. I can't remember exactly. Forgive me if I can't remember. But excuse me. That day I'm going to remember for the rest of my life. And I remember the outpouring of support for America. America hadn't been attacked like that since Pearl Harbor. That was a dark, dark day in America. And through that attack, we did get united a little bit. There's great images of when Bush 43 was at the ground zero, and you know, he had the megaphone and all that stuff. But ladies and gentlemen, 21 years. Long time to and look, do people still remember this? I really don't know. All I know is that I remember it. And when I was hearing this morning 9/11, it just hit me. Wow. 21 years. 21 years since that event. Like I said, I was 8-9 years old, and being a young kid, didn't know really the impact. I remember though, after the event, I do remember that because I remember my dad telling me, look, this is what America's about. Because after that tragedy, it was not Democrat, Republican. It wasn't left leaning, right leaning. It wasn't conservative, liberal, or libertarian. You were American. And look, we know Afghanistan, the Afghanistan war started after this. The Iraqi war started after this. We had all this chaos come after 9/11. But America was strong. America knew what it had to do. There was one individual, it was a Democrat, excuse me, that voted against the war to go after Osama bin Laden and stuff. Was she right? Was she wrong? We let history to provide that. But majority of the politicians like, let's go after the ones that took out our country or try to cripple our country. And ladies and gentlemen, this isn't just a whim thing. If you're a studier of history, Pearl Harbor was the same way. America was united. America was ready to be part of something. But until Pearl Harbor hit, America wasn't ready to make that jump. And when Pearl Harbor happened, America took the front lines. They said, look, we're going. We weren't involved with World War II until Pearl Harbor. And America just didn't put both feet in. It jumped wholeheartedly in. It was in World War II. And that's what happened with 9/11. A spiritual standpoint, a lot of people started going to church and getting saved. The military grew tremendously. You had people that wanted to defend this country. Now, looking back 21 years, I have right here on the websites what things that are going on throughout the day as the time we record this. 9/11, ladies and gentlemen, 9/11. And people, I remember those days after people were flying flags. They were being patriotic. They loved their country, and their country was attacked, and it was unity, ladies and gentlemen. This is the sad thing, ladies and gentlemen. 21 years after, we are debating if we should fly the flag or play the national anthem before football games. We are in discussions of racism and homophobia and all this stuff, ladies and gentlemen. We have so much division in America. I pray nothing like this happens, anything like this ever happens in America again. But it rises me a question. I was thinking about that earlier. If another 9/11 would happen, if another Pearl Harbor would happen, or War of 1812, or Civil War, would America come together and be united? Would Americans come together and be united to stop a common goal, to stop a common evil? Ladies and gentlemen, I just said this. After 9/11, America was strong. And look, how that old saying goes, don't poke a bear. Don't poke a sleeping bear or something of that nature. Ladies and gentlemen, and look, we see countries today playing with us and threatening us. But 9 out of 10, they're not going to take that leap. Why? Because when America is under attack or something happens in America, the American people buck up. They say, you're doing this to our homeland. And ladies and gentlemen, it's just not, look, conservatives, liberals, Democrats, Republicans, I don't care who it was. After 9/11, we didn't have political parties per se. We were in agreement. We're going to go ahead and get the ones that attack our country. We lost, I don't know how many souls that day on 9/11. And look, a while back, I think it was last year, I was prepping for the show because I do this every year. When I hear about 9/11, I try to bring it out. I try to say something about it. And I remember studying for this, and I was watching videos of that day. It was horrible. And you have a group of certain religion that says that we're going to do this because we want to earn 40 virgins and or 70 virgins, whatever their number is. And they did this to please their religion and to obey what their Bible says, the Quran or whatever. Ladies and gentlemen, and these were extremists. I'm not going to say that these weren't your normal day Muslims. These were extremists. They did this and they hurt people. After the effect, going back to what I was saying, America was united. America was founded on it was grounded on, look, let's find these people that did this to this country and killed innocent lives. Let's bring them to justice. And thank God we did, ladies and gentlemen. Throughout the 21 years, we have successfully taken out bin Laden. We have successfully taken out his assessor. We have taken out not Saddam Hussein. Saddam Hussein. We took out bin Laden. We took out all these people, ladies and gentlemen. We have brought these perpetrators to justice. But like I said, it goes to a political point. Like I was thinking this morning, like I said, what if something like this would happen again in America? What if something like this would happen right now in our lifetime? Ladies and gentlemen, we are so confused in this nation. I don't think we would know. And look, I hate to say it, and I don't want to offend people, but that's what I feel right now. There's a lot of people that think America's needs to be, what's the word I'm thinking of? Needs to pay back to the world what they've done throughout the 200 some years America has been here. If something would happen, we would get attacked. I think there'll be some people that say, yay, yay. And it shouldn't be like that. And that's the question I would ask you to think about right here. If you're listening, Democrat, Republican, whatever. If you just think, if something like this would happen again, would this nation be able to unite? Would this nation at this point in time be able to unite behind a common goal to take out our enemies? And look, ladies and gentlemen, look, I don't like Joe Biden. I don't like Hillary Clinton. I didn't like none of the jokers that are on there right now. But in 2020, Hillary Clinton was a senator at the time, ladies and gentlemen, and she voted. Now she comes out and I don't think we should have did that vote. We was in war, ladies and gentlemen. Now, some things that came after 9/11, I do disagree with. There was a lot of things that came after 9/11. Is the National Archives Act, I think it was. There was a lot of things that I disagreed with 9/11. What happened after 9/11. But at the same time, ladies and gentlemen, our men and women in battle, when they defended our freedoms. And look, that's why I'm gonna be honest with you. The Afghan withdrawal. And look, I'm not the only. I'm not a veteran, but I know veterans that feel what I'm about to say. You had American citizens die on September 11th. You had people going to Afghanistan to fight for the freedom of Afghanistan because of what radicals did on September 11th. And just to walk out of there, and leave Americans behind, and then leave $7 billion of equipment on the battlefield, for your enemies to use against civilians. That really ticks me off, ladies and gentlemen. September 11th. We should never forget that day. We also should remember the lives lost throughout the 21 years. Yes, we pulled out of Afghanistan after 20 years of being there. Was it a failure to pull out of there? Absolutely. There was some things, excuse me, that Biden did that I was like, what are you doing? What are you doing, man? Come on. But we should never forget. I'm a heart for words. I know y'all normally listen to the show and I'm hyped up. I'm energized. I have news stories. I have opinions. But I think I want to stress this out. We need to remember September 11th. Look, has America done everything right since September 11th? No. But these people died on that day for no reason. And our country decided to go and fight a war to go ahead and to stop these evildoers. And we did a lot of, like I said, we took out Bin Laden, we took out Saddam Hussein, we took out their successors, and that is credit throughout to Bush, to Joe Biden. Because it was the other day, there was a drone strike, and the second, or the one that took over, I can't think of their name right now, Bin Laden's group, Al Qaeda, was shot and he was taken out. So they have no more leader. They have to get a new leader. But ladies and gentlemen, and look, credit to Biden, credit to Trump, credit to all these presidents that went ahead and took out the main leaders of these groups. But just to think back, ladies and gentlemen, 21 years. Do America still remember September 11th? That should be a question. And two, if you look at this, will Americans, if this would ever happen again, be able to stand up and to fight like they did on September 11th? Like I said, I was young, ladies and gentlemen. I was a young kid. I remember them towers fall. I remember everything that happened days after. Our country was torn apart, but we were united. We came back and we were united, and we told our congressmen, go get these people. And they did. Majority of them did. Now, some of them might say, well, we would have voted different this way. We would have voted this way. No. In that time, I think America did right. Because we had a lot of people. And look, today, remember the falling of September 11th. Remember them Twin Towers. Remember that we can come under attack. But at the same time, we're strong enough as Americans. If we stand up for what's right and we stand together, nobody could take us outside this country. Because in United we stand. The problem is our division inside this country. That's the problem that we have right now. We need to get united before something like bad happens. I'll be right back after this short break.
Cheers and good on you, boys and girls. My name is Scott Ford, and I have a show on Rumble. It's the Scott Ford Show, all in one word, the Scott Ford Show, and it's on Rumble. And I also have a motivational success show on YouTube. So go ahead and subscribe and ring that bell. That would mean a lot to me. Enjoy your life. Thank you, Isaac. God bless.
Bought us with your blood, cleansed and made us whole. Not one hoof, not one soul.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the second segment of the Cajun Conservative Show. Just one more. I just want to say this. Please never forget. If you're a young person and you don't know what happened on September 11th, just go do a little bit of research. So since it's been 20 years, I think it was last year, the history books can finally put it into writings and into history. The reason being because there were some people that wasn't alive on September 11th. And people like us that lived through that, or we saw it, we could tell people about it, but it's 20. Look, when 20 years passed, I was like, wow, 22 years. And look, time flies. Time flies, ladies and gentlemen, and it is just a 20 years. That's all, like 21 years since 9/11. And like I said, that day, I think about every September 11. I think about that date when I was just a little boy about to do homework or schoolwork, and America went into instant war. And like I said, all I remember is that America standing together at the end. And it was beautiful, to be honest with you. Unfortunately, we had to have an event like that to bring us together. And that's why I say I hope we get united before another event would happen. Because look, ladies and gentlemen, America is split down the middle. It is hurting, and we either need a revival, or we need to just say, look, get rid of the division. Let's come together and let's work together. And that should be the ultimate goal. So, all right, let's move on to a couple of news stories I have. This is from the Daily Caller. Jennifer Lawrence has recurring nightmares about Tucker Carlson. Hollywood actress Jennifer Lawrence said she has recurring nightmares about Fox News host and Daily Caller co-founder Tucker Carlson in an interview with Vlog released Tuesday. The actress described her emotional state since the Supreme Court decision June 24 to overturn Roe v. Wade and her healing process while dealing with the political division in her family. She spoke with her therapist about the recurring nightmares she had about Carlson, according to the interview. And she says this in the vlog, on the vlog. In 2016, has torn apart a rift in her family. The piece read, repairing it was an ongoing process, particularly since having a baby. She has been trying to heal. She even discussed to her therapist the recurring nightmares she has about Tucker Carlson. I just worked up so hard in the last 5 years to forgive my dad and my family, to try to understand is different. The information they're getting is different. Their life is different. I've tried to get over it, and I really can't. I'm sorry. I'm just lashing, but I can't F with people who aren't political anymore. You live in America, the United States. You have to be political. It's too dire. Politics are killing people, she continued. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to address a few things on here. One, if you don't like Tucker Carlson or you don't like what he's saying, don't listen to him. Look, I have CNN. I don't watch CNN. I have CNN for a reading version of it. I have the articles that CNN push out. I have Politico. But ladies and gentlemen, I don't sit in front of the TV watching Don Lemon. I just don't. Why? I don't like Don Lemon. I don't like Don Lemon's politics. That don't make me go to bed and sleep and me see Don Lemon's face all the time. I don't lose no sleep for Don Lemon. Why? Because first off, I know Don Lemon's wrong. So if you believe a person is wrong, you should be listening to him anyway. But I don't. Oh, he's deceiving America. I'm sorry. I don't watch Don. I'm using Don Lemon as an example. Ladies, I can use myself for example. I have a friend that comments on everything I do, almost everything I do. If I put something up political, oh, he attacks me. Oh, if I put something up biblical, oh, he attacks me. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm thinking to myself, if you don't like what I say, you have two options. You can unfriend me or ignore what I'm saying. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just I'm being blunt. If you don't like what the person's teaching or what the person is saying, don't watch them. Don't read them. Don't listen to them. Don't do nothing. But this woman, Jennifer Lawrence, has nightmares about Tucker Carlson. But even going to the fact on this, ladies and gentlemen, she has pictures of her and Harvey Weinstein. Now, everybody loved Harvey Weinstein until his scandal came out, in which it should be. He could go to jail, whatever. But remember, Harvey Weinstein was the most evil person. But ladies and gentlemen, she's not having nightmares about Harvey Weinstein. No, she's having nightmares of a political opinionist, Tucker Carlson. Ladies and gentlemen, look, and like I said, I don't know what Don Lemon said. Unless I see it in an article and I voice my opinion on it, I don't watch Don Lemon. I'm not infatuated with Don Lemon. But this, apparently she is infatuated with Tucker Carlson, that is making her have nightmare. And I like Tucker. I saw Tucker's reaction. He said it must be the sexy glasses, and he put his glasses on. Ladies and look, don't get me wrong. If I ever hear someone say, I'm having nightmares about Isaac and the Cajun Conservative, I'm going to say the same, turn me off. Or listen to the audio podcast. You don't have to see my face or the camera. You don't have to watch on YouTube. You don't have to watch on Rumble. All you have to do is listen on Apple, Google, or Spotify. That's all. That's all you have to do. But ladies and gentlemen, Jennifer Lawrence, a rich lady, is having recurring nightmares. One of the most, and look, don't get me wrong, good actor. I love her work on The Hunger Games, one of my favorite movies. That's really all I watch with her in it. But she's a good actor. Now let's go on to the other parts of this. She describes her emotional state since the Supreme Court decision of June 24th and her healing process while dealing with the diversity of her family. So what is this is she didn't like, apparently she's for abortion because she didn't like the ruling of Dobbs versus, and this is causing her emotional dire state. Her emotions are so drained and so bad because the Supreme Court said they want to keep the life of a child or giving up to the states. This is a state issue. Ladies and gentlemen, I will say this, abortion is not illegal. A lot of people think that, abortion's legal. No woman can have an abortion. She's going to have to suffer with the child that she had on marital sex with, and unprotected sex with. Oh, she don't have a choice to kill it. Oh, no, you have a choice. If you really want to have an abortion, you're going to go find a state that's closest to you to go ahead and have that abortion. There is some states out there that are trying to outlaw that, and I have my personal opinions on that, but that you have a choice. You can't have an abortion. You just can't have it in the state like Louisiana, supposedly in Louisiana, because legislature person says, look, you shouldn't have that. No, we're not going to have abortion. We're not going to legalize it. But her emotional state is real hurt. I wonder if she has an emotional support dog. But she also talks about her family. She said after the 2020 election, it tore her family apart. She is just starting to forgive her daddy. Well, why you're forgiving your daddy? Oh, because he voted for Trump and he's part of the GOP. And I can't believe my dad did that. Your dad has an opinion. Your dad has a vote. Ladies and gentlemen, I voted for Donald Trump last time. I'm gonna have people have nightmares about me. And she She said the repairs are still ongoing. Ladies and gentlemen, she is trying to forgive her parents because her parents has a different view, which in America is okay to have. Ladies and gentlemen, me and my dad, we're both preachers. We both read the Bible. We agree a lot with things, but there's some things me and my dad disagree with. I'm not going to go in this air and bash my daddy and tell him I'm not going to talk to my daddy because he believes different than me. No. Ladies and gentlemen, that's not how that works. In America, you have the freedom to have your own opinion. But according to Jennifer Lawrence, if you don't believe the way she believes, well, you're wrong, and I'm just not going to talk to you no more. Ladies and gentlemen, now this should bother you if you're listening to this. Jennifer Lawrence has a problem with her daddy because her daddy and her parents and her family all the way in Kentucky, I think she lives in Los Angeles, believe different than her. And then she talks about the difference, they get different information. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry, CNN, Fox News, MSNBC, CBS, NBC, all the networks, ABC are all over the country. They are. We are not getting different information out here, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting the exact information. Now, on the local level, it might be a little different. But ladies and gentlemen, we're not getting, CNN here, Fox News here, this is here. No, first off, the way you've grown, or if you come to the knowledge like I did, that conservatism is the right way and it works. So I'm a conservative. It's not, you're not going to go ahead. It's hard to explain. When it comes down to, because her parents do not agree that Donald Trump is evil, bad, and that they must be getting only Fox News. Ladies and gentlemen, you have a remote. That's what I tell people. And it goes back to Tucker Carlson. If you don't like Tucker Carlson, or if you don't like information, you have a remote, turn it off. Turn it off. But she's having this problem with her dad being a GOP or being conservative. She's mad that her parents are conservative and they're not like her, liberal and open-minded. Ladies and gentlemen, and look, on that note, liberals are the most close-minded people. So if every time a liberal, and I remember bringing this up to a liberal one time, I told him, hey, look, you're telling me to be open-minded. Why don't you be open-minded to what I'm saying? They got mad. You know why? Because they're not open-minded. See, ladies and gentlemen, I look at both sides. I pull from CNN. I pull from Politico. I pull from CBS. I pull wherever. I read both sides of the stories. I look at both sides of the stories. But liberals, they're just closed-minded. Liberals are closed-minded. They don't look at both sides of the issue. They don't. I had one liberal friend tell me the other day, you're a talking head for Fox News. Really? Everything that's coming out of your mouth is what CNN says. So who's a talking head? Ladies and gentlemen, that's what most liberals do. They listen to CNN or whoever. And they just, they're CNN. They're right. They're true. It's coming to a point. I know I'm chasing a rabbit here, but it's coming to a point to where a lot of liberals are upset that the new owner of CNN wants to bring it back to the middle and instead of staying far left. Oh, they want to go back to the center? Yeah, because they're losing money. The new owner says, I want to make money. That's the whole thing of the job. All right, so let's talk about one more thing that she said. Then we're going to go ahead and go to another story if I have time. She says, I tried to get over it and I really can't. I can't. I'm sorry. I'm just unlashing. I can't F with people who aren't political anymore. You live in the United States of America. You have to be political. It's too dire. Politics are killing people. She continued. This is the problem right here, ladies and gentlemen. No, if you live in America, you don't have to be. You don't have to have look. You don't have to be political 24/7. I do this show right here, and I'm not political 24/7. When she says you have to be into politics, no, you don't. There's a lot of people. Look, not general knowledge. I think you should be understand what politics are. You shouldn't just go to the voting booth and say, I'm a Republican, I'm going to vote for every Republican. Or I'm Democrat, I'm going to vote for every Democrat. If I'm Libertarian, I'm just going to vote every Libertarian. No, you should go ahead and look at the candidate. Ladies and gentlemen, I said this. If there's two people running, and one of them is a Democrat, one of them is a Republican, and they both have the same views, they believe the same way I believe, I will consider the Democrat candidate. That has never happened. But you get what I'm saying. There will be a good chance that I would go ahead and vote for the Democrat if he believes in my stance, and I knew he wasn't just using it for a talking point. I would vote for the Democrat. So you should have a general knowledge of politics that are going on. But to be political 24/7, ladies and gentlemen, like I said on this show, I don't even look at politics all the time. I will go ahead and I will talk. Look, first of all, I have another podcast. It's a biblical podcast. I have youth group and I do all kind of stuff of that nature. But ladies and gentlemen, you don't have to, this woman saying you have to be political. No, you don't. You can have your view. You can go to the voting box. You can vote and you have your general knowledge, but you do not have to be political, ladies and gentlemen. You don't have to think, eat, sleep, boop, whatever, politics all the time. You don't have to do that. But according to her, you have to, because it's dire. The country's dire. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know how Jennifer Lawrence can say that the nation is in dire state. You have Joe Biden as president. You got a Democrat-run House and you got a Democrat-run Senate. Aren't we supposed to be living in utopia? Think about it. Look, I think about these big famous movie stars bringing this out. Oh, we live. The country's in a dire state. We need to fight for the democracy. We need to have. Yeah, but the Democrats said if they got in office, they'll bring us utopia. All they brought us was high inflation. All they brought us was high gas prices. All they brought us, see, ladies and gentlemen, and I don't think these people realize what they're saying when they say that. It's we're in a dire state. Who put us there? We weren't in a dire state when Trump and the Republicans were leading, but we're in a dire state now that the Democrats are leading. This should change Jennifer Lawrence's vote. And that's when she goes ahead and says the information they're getting is different and their life is different. Yeah, we don't live like, I'm glad I don't live like people live in California. Ladies and gentlemen, California is paying almost double digits for milk. They're paying they were paying almost $7 a gas earlier this year. They have a governor that it wants to outlaw and has outlawed new fuel vehicles where you can't manufacture new cars that are fueled by fossil fuels by 2035, I believe it is. Yeah, life is a little different. But on this note, like I said, this whole article about Jennifer Lawrence, my advice to Jennifer Lawrence, I'm saying from the beginning, if you don't like Tucker, don't watch him. Maybe that's why you're having recurring nightmares. Maybe, I'm just saying. Now, I will say this. If somebody would tell me I'm having recurring nightmares about you, that's why I say turn off the camera. I know I'm ugly. You know, everybody that comes up to me always tell me, Isaac, they never say, Isaac, I had a dream about you. They say, I had a nightmare. I was like, what was going on? You were chasing me and you're like, hey, I want a hug. And they looked at my face like, ah. I'm just, turn. Oh, Jennifer Lawrence. Jennifer Lawrence needs Jesus. That's all. I'm just thinking of people calling me like, Isaac, we had a dream about you and it wasn't good. I guess it's a good thing if you get on people's nerves enough, I don't know. All right, on that note, I'll be back after this short break. How you doing, everyone? Isaac here. I'm the Cajun Conservative, and I want to thank Brother Lanny Hayes from Hayes' Dump Truck Service for their generous support of the Cajun Conservative and Brothers Just Searching. Hayes' Dump Truck Service serves the Lafayette and surrounding areas. If you have any job that you need done, like cleanup or hauling material to your job site or your home, we haul limestone, we haul sand, we haul topsoil, any type of material you need. If you're in the Lafayette and surrounding areas, please call Brother Lanny Hayes at 337-852-8043. Remember, Hayes' Dump Truck Service, where Jesus is Lord of the company. All right, everybody, welcome back to the third and final segment. I forgot one thing to say about Jennifer Lawrence. Lawrence found it to be very upsetting that voters elected former President Donald Trump in office in 2016. She claimed the country elected a jar of mayonnaise rather than vote for a woman president. She then graved over the overturning of overturn in case of Dobbs and versus Jackson, Women's Health Organization by Trump appointed justices. I don't want to disrage my family, but I know that there's a lot of people who are in a similar position with their families. How can you raise a daughter from birth and believe that she doesn't deserve equality? How she do? I thought I was done with this, but I scrolled down during the break. She said that. How can you raise a daughter from birth and believe that she doesn't deserve equality? How? Because in this article, I forgot about that, she was talking about how male actors like DiCaprio and I think it's Tom Cruise and men make more money than women. Only made and she said, I made a measly. I was $4 million short of what they got $4 million more than me. Chick, I would love to have $4 million. I would like to have $1 million if you want to give it to me. But listen how this actor just said this. How can you raise a daughter but then she don't deserve equality? Chick, you're a rich lady. Ladies and gentlemen, the way that the vlog was written, they did this interview while she was in a bathrobe in her mansion. Also, bringing out this point before I go on to something else, Lawrence found it very upsetting that voters voted for President Donald Trump into office in 2016. She claimed the country elected a jar of mayonnaise. Let a conservative actor say that about Joe Biden. See, political commentators, they don't say nothing to us because we say it all the time. I call him Backwards Joe and everything. Let a conservative actor, let Tim Allen. Tim Allen's the one that popped in my head because Tim Allen is on the line of conservatism. He does believe in fossil fuels and stuff like that. But majority of Tim Allen's view is conservative. That's one reason why they didn't think he got the Buzz Lightyear movie, because they were more passing a progressive, liberal message. But let Tim Allen come and say that Joe Biden is a bottle of mayonnaise. Ladies and gentlemen, Tim Allen will be canceled so fast. Because he disrespected the president of the United States. He disrespected the office. But ladies and gentlemen, if you're a liberal Democrat, you can say whatever you want, apparently. Because it also was said, let me see, Hillary Clinton this week. Let me see where I can find it. As many Republicans as possible must lose for the good of U.S. GOP must purge disease. What? So see, liberals can make statements like that. The Democrats need to be purged. Oh, you need to be canceled. You're threatening hate. Oh, Hillary Clinton can go ahead and say it though. So basically, that's what it's about. So all right, because this was and ladies and gentlemen, I have not. The first segment went a lot longer, and I'm not upset about that. That's good. But I have a lot of other stories. I might have to pass them on to next week. On the note, Queen Elizabeth, the longest reigning British monarchy, died at 96, and her son has become King of England. Now, this was a whole big story too in this this realm of political spec. Queen Elizabeth was a queen. Now, her money. Now, if you look at the British government, they got to print new money. They got to make new quarters because they got to put the king on there, not the queen. They're going to slowly fade out the money that was, because Queen Elizabeth, the queen or the king is on the money and whatnot in Great Britain. But Queen Elizabeth wasn't very political. She was political when she needed to be, but she did her role as the monarchy. And she believed in freedom of religion. She believed in a lot of conservatistic things, and because of that, now there was a lot of left-wing media trashing Queen Elizabeth. Now, like I said, Queen Elizabeth, I don't think I had a problem. I don't think she ever made a critical or a statement that hurt the conservative movement. But at the same time, the liberals, if you're not for us, you're against us. So they went ahead and attacked her. And like I said, the King Charles, her son, Charles I can't think of his last name. Charles is going to be the king now. And he's talking about being more political. But if I'm not mistaken, he has a lot of left-leaning ideas. So the left is going to love him. The left has been promoting him. I heard a piece this morning from ABC praising him. Now, they're not bashing the queen per se, but at the same time, a lot of liberals are not saying nice things about the queen. And this morning, the funeral has been assigned. This is probably going to be all over the news. I pray for her family and, pray for the people of England. My wife loves royalty. She loves all this stuff. And I don't really pay too much attention to it. But yeah, so that was some big news this week. I want to stay on the subject of people, I guess you could say, trying to be getting canceled or criticizing conservative figures, because I thought about this and these stories came out and I was like, wow, I want to touch this because I just went on the whole second segment about Jennifer Lawrence. Well, this comes from the Daily Wire. Podcasting trade group apologized to Daily Wire for its treatment of Ben Shapiro. the Media Trade Association that verified Ben Shapiro's last month for vilified Ben Shapiro last month for simply appearing at a recent trade show, apologized Thursday, saying the treatment of the Daily Wire star wasn't right. So there's this media company out there called Podcast Movement. I'm not part of their association, but I do like their Facebook page, and it's one of the biggest the industry's biggest trade group and hosts annual conferences that bring together top media companies, said in a statement. It was wrong to claim Shapiro's presence at the recent Dallas show caused harm. The mere culpa came after the Daily Wire and the media giant Columbus both viewed at the end of their support for the organization. They both vowed to end their organization. So what it is, this big conference, they get all the top podcasters together, and apparently they went ahead and gave a spot to the Daily Wire. The reason they gave it to the Daily Wire is because they said that that the Daily Wire has been big into podcasting, which is true. There's the Ben Shapiro show. There's the Matt Walsh show. There's the Kevin Knowles show. There's Candace Owens. They hired Candace Owens. They hired Justin Peterson, and all these people now have podcasts, and it's making an impact on us in the podcast industry. And look, I don't mind. Hey, you know, since the Daily Wire has been hiring people, if they ever come up to me and say, "Mr. Isaac, we love your show. We want you to be on our podcast network," I would gladly go on there. I like the Daily Wire. I quote from them very often. But what these organizers of the podcast movement didn't think about was that Ben Shapiro would show up. Now, Ben Shapiro, I think I'm saying his name right. There's a lot of people say I don't say his name right. I'm Cajun, so I apologize. But Ben Shapiro showed up. And I seen the video, ladies and gentlemen. He was hugging people. He was taking pictures. He was talking to people. And there wasn't nothing really going on there. Well, apparently the organizers of this event thought that it was that people it was a shame. I'm trying to find the tweets right here. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, they sent out a series of tweets that painted Shapiro in a negative light, apparently for no reason other than his conservative beliefs. The organization says Shapiro's presence caused harm to some in attendance and promised to be more careful when considering sponsors in the future. Shapiro jokingly referred to himself as Darth Vader in the wake of the incident, but said he found it disturbing that avoid conservative mere presence could mar such a response. So, ladies and gentlemen, just for Shapiro being there caused people harm. I hate to see if I would ever show up at one of these things. Because look, I listen to Shapiro. I listen to very so often. His podcast for news is phenomenal. Some of their movies, I watched What Is a Woman? The Daily Wire is doing great on the movie industry. But Shapiro's hard. But ladies and gentlemen, I get a little louder than Ben Shapiro. I do. I get a little louder, a little bit, not much, but I get a little bit louder than Ben Shapiro. A little bit more organized than me, most probably, but he does this for a living. I do this for a hobby. Hopefully one day for a living. But just him being there ruffled the feathers. He didn't say nothing, ladies. Now, look, I can understand even if this event would have asked Shapiro to talk. They didn't. He was just there shaking hands. And ladies and gentlemen, like I said, I watched the video. He was just shaking hands and telling people hi. But in his words, he was Darth Vader. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the problem with the nation right here. Now, we talked about it earlier on the first segment with 9/11. If something like 9/11 would happen again, will we go ahead and get united and don't care what you believe? Or will we care if you're a conservative or a liberal or whatever? And ladies and gentlemen, if our country stayed this way, if something would happen, the liberal camp on this side, conservative camp on that side. And we're going to fight together, but from afar. Ladies and gentlemen, this is just, and look, it's the same thing with Tucker Carlson. Tucker Carlson and Ben Shapiro have the opportunity to voice their opinion. We have that under the First Amendment. And when people come, oh, he causing me harm. Oh, I'm having nightmares. Stop watching them. That's all you have to do. They can have their opinion. But see, ladies and gentlemen, they don't want people to have opinion. That's the thing about the left. I've learned this. The opinion of the conservative does not matter to the left. And because they don't want you to have that opinion, especially. But if you try to spread that opinion, you're spreading hate, you're spreading lies, you're spreading this, you're spreading that. And ladies and gentlemen, that is hurting this nation. Look, there's nothing wrong with my opinion here today. Everything I said is an opinion. If my opinion is wrong, I will come up behind this mic and say I was wrong. But ladies and gentlemen, it is shown through the mainstream media. These people go ahead and they lie and they say things wrong all the time. And they don't apologize. They just, we were wrong, bye. Even if they do that. But because of Ben Shapiro's pure presence, it caused somebody harm. Don't go to his booth. Don't go to his booth. That's all. Like me, if I was there, I would have went to his booth. I would gladly take a picture with Ben Shapiro. But ladies and gentlemen, this guy, right? Whoever felt harm, all they had to do was not go to their booth. But they invited them. They paid for that. Ladies and gentlemen, they paid. It's sad. Now look, podcast movement. I never did nothing with them to begin with. I think I still got them on my Facebook page. I don't know if I'm taking them off, but this was wrong by the organization. Now this could have been a woke worker that started putting all these tweets. We don't know. Anyway, as we continue, I guess we can call this like trying to cancel culture people, because we also have Jason Aldean. This is coming from I believe from Breitbart. Let's see. No, the Blaze Media. A Nashville PR firm dropped Jason Aldean after his wife talked about being happy she didn't change gender when she went through her tomboy phase. A long-time publicly formed of Jason Aldean abruptly dropped the country music star after newly 2 decades together. The PR firm abandoned Aldean following a social media post from his wife, not the singer, his wife, that some people felt was controversial and transphobic. Nashville publication firm The Green Room announced last week that it would be parting ways with Aldean. Music has always been and remains the Green Room core focus, so we had to make a difficult decision after 17 years to step away from representing Jason. The Green Room co-owner, Trine Parrish, told Billboard in a statement, "We aren't the best people for the gig anymore, but we'll always be big fans of his music. He is one of the greatest live entertainers in country music." Parrish did not explain the reason for dropping Aldean, who has earned 5 Grammy nominations, including 2 for Best Country Album. So they go ahead and they drop. Now, why did the farm do this? Well, apparently, as I said, Jason Aldean's wife made a tweet or a statement saying she's glad she didn't change genders when she went through her tomboy phase. Ladies and gentlemen, what's wrong with that? I know what's wrong with it. I know what's wrong, but I hope you know as well. Because you see, ladies and gentlemen, the left is on a rampage right now, where if you feel like you're a boy and you're a girl, you can go ahead and be a boy, because you really maybe are a boy. And you shouldn't be you shouldn't try to identify a gender. And ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of things behind this. I recommend people go and look at a movie by Good Fight Ministries called Marvel's and DC's War on God. And there's the latest one, Doctor Strange, also something Crowley. I can't remember the guy's first name. Multiverse of Satanism. Or it talks about a lot of these sick individuals that were into the occult that's trying to spread this propaganda of homosexuality and transgenderism. But ladies and gentlemen, the left is pushing this. And look, ladies and gentlemen, my little sister, we're very close. We played baseball, we played football, we all that. And look, my little sister was telling today she's a woman. Okay, plain and simple. But she was a town boy. She liked playing baseball. She liked playing sports. And there's a lot of girls like this today. But now it's in the process. Oh, it's just not you like them things. Is you that now you should be identifying as a boy because you probably really are a boy. Excuse me. Lost my breath for a sec. But going to this right here, Jason Aldean's wife, all she said was, "I'm glad I didn't change my gender when I went through my tomboy phase." That's her opinion. She's glad she didn't do that. She didn't tell people not to do it. But ladies and gentlemen, that right there, after 17 years and making this company a lot of money, they dropped her husband. And I know why too, because when this story first broke, Jason Aldean wouldn't condemn what his wife said. And that's what they wanted. They wanted him to condemn what his wife said. And he said, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do that. Because, ladies and gentlemen, her statement was not wrong. But the left thinks if you're not for me, you're against me. And they went ahead and they just, hey, I know you made us a lot of money. We're probably going to lose money because we're losing you. But because you're not standing up for the proper, for the right stance, we got to let you go. We got to cancel you. And ladies, look, this is what it's all. Look, I don't even think liberals are going to stop listening to Jason Aldean. Got some good music out there. But ladies and gentlemen, no freedom of speech no more. No freedom of speech. And it's sad. All this woman did was voice her opinion. That's all she did. And her husband now got to lose his PR company or the people he worked with. And look, I'm going to be blunt with you, ladies and gentlemen. When the left tells me, oh, you're taking away freedom of speech, or you're taking away our freedom, y'all stupid, ignorant, no good, dumb Republicans. I'm like, well, what y'all doing? So, anyway, so that wraps it up. I know I had a lot more, and I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. It was there's a lot going on this week, and but I do appreciate you listening to the Cajun Conservative Show. Again, thank you for everything you do. Thank you for your continued support. That's going to wrap it up for us this week. Remember, everyone, that Jesus Christ is coming back, and he's coming back soon. So don't be afraid of it, because Jesus has overcome the world. And if you want to know Jesus as your personal Lord and Savior, reach out to me. I'll tell you how to find Jesus and make him your eternal Savior and make heaven your eternal home. So until next time, be blessed, be encouraged. Remember to hit the subscribe button, follow button, tell your friends, share with your friends. You have a good week.